Hi there and welcome to our top 15 moments that you have to see to believe. So get ready to be amazed as we dive right in. For those of you who know about Ben Stokes, you're well aware that this man has a knack for pulling off outrageous performances on the field. A big game player with the credentials to prove it, Stokes is as exciting a cricketer as they come. During the 2019 ICC World Cup, he scared Andile Phehlukwayo for life when he took this catch by the boundary. A one-handed grab over his head while diving backwards, a spectacle for the ages. Adil Rashid must be counting his lucky stars because this definitely wasn't supposed to be a wicket. Over the years, we've seen some pretty monstrous hits from the game's most belligerent hitters. Gale, AB de Villiers, Brandon McCullum and Shahid Afridi to name a few. During a T20 against Pakistan, Livingstone added himself to that list when he absolutely launched Haris Rauf out of the park. The ball ended up travelling 122 meters before landing on the neighbouring rugby pitch. The good thing for Rauf here was that he could take his sweet time getting back to his run-up because the ball wasn't coming back anytime soon. Next up, we have Mohammad Amir bowling one of the most amazing first overs you will ever see in T20 cricket. The former Pakistan bowling spearhead dismissed Rohit Sharma and Ajinkya Rahane in the space of 4 deliveries, conceding just 2 runs in the over. The swing on display was phenomenal and the accuracy even more so. An unplayable over even by Indian batting standards. If Pakistan hadn't been defending such a monumental total, Amir's destructive spell could have very well resulted in a victory. At number 12, we have the Indian dynamo Rishabh Pant. The nonchalant yet entertaining wicketkeeper was a regular feature in the Indian lineup before he was sidelined due to a serious car accident last year. Now, normally when you're nearing 100, you tend to play more cautiously, but not this man. Here we have him reverse sweeping James Anderson for 4 while batting on 89. Pant certainly has a flair for the theatrics and we hope to see him back in the field soon doing what he does best. In 1996, a young Shahid Afridi set the world record for fastest ODI century of all time, smashing a 100 off just 37 balls. It took 18 years until 2014 for someone to break that record when Corey Anderson reached the 100 mark in 36 balls. But just a year later, AB de Villiers did one better by scoring a century in just 31 balls, decimating the West Indies bowling lineup in the process. He ended up smashing 149 off just 44 deliveries with 16 sixes and 9 fours. A truly once-in-a-lifetime innings, the kind only de Villiers could play. At number 10, we have one of the most glorious yet unexpected finishes to a T20 World Cup final. The 2016 T20 World Cup final was a tightly contested one, and it all came down to the West Indies requiring 19 off the last over to win. In stepped Carlos Brathwaite. The big man was in no mood to lose and proceeded to smash Ben Stokes for 4 massive sixes off the first 4 balls, adding a second T20 World Cup to the Windies trophy cabinet. The spectacular moment resulted in the iconic exclamation from Ian Bishop.
Carlos Brathwaite! Remember the name!
Recently, during the 2023 ICC World Cup qualifiers, the Netherlands shook the world by defeating the West Indies in the most thrilling fashion. As if hunting down 374 runs to tie the match wasn't entertaining enough, Logan Van Beek then went on to smash 30 runs off Jason Holder in the resulting super over. And then, to make this match even more memorable, he even bowled the super over himself, conceding only 8 and taking 2 wickets in the process. How often do you see a performance like that? Next up, we have the time when the king of swing became the king of swinging the ball to the fence. During a test match against India, James Anderson took on a different role and opted to torment the bowlers for a change, scoring his first and only career 50 in the process. Not only did he hit an astonishing 17 fours during this innings, he also ended up being part of the highest 10th wicket stand in Test cricket, combining with Joe Root for 198 runs. Simply astonishing. At number 7, we have possibly the greatest catch ever taken in the modern era. Bradley Curry is an upcoming Scottish left-arm pacer who also plays for Sussex. While relatively unknown on the international stage, Curry recently made his way to everyone's newsfeed when he took this absolute blinder during the 2023 Vitality Blast. Flying to his left, he plucked out the ball from mid-air using just the one hand, and he made it look pretty easy too. Spare a thought for poor Benny Howell, because normally this ball would have ended outside the ropes. Here we have one of cricket's finest batsmen in Kumar Sangakkara. The majestic Sri Lankan was by no means an ordinary player, and watching him go about his business was always a sight to behold. Second only to Sachin Tendulkar with the most runs in international cricket, in 2014 he set the record for most runs in a single calendar year by scoring a phenomenal 2,868 runs. This legendary streak consisted of 8 centuries and 18 half-centuries, a feat that remains unmatched to this day. Do you think anyone will ever break this record? Let us know in the comments. At number 5, we have a shocking stat that will blow your mind. England have always been a formidable side, but 2021 was a bit of a mixed bag for their supporters. They struggled in test matches, getting bowled out for under 213 times in 28 innings, and their batters seem to have no answer for their abysmal form. Amidst the chaos, one man emerged to carry his team through this miserable patch, scoring 1,700 plus runs and ending the year as England's highest scorer. But to put things into perspective, the second highest scorer that year was Rory Burns with just 530 runs. And the third highest scorer? Extras. Who knows what might have happened if Root hadn't been playing. At number 4, we have one of the greatest bowling performances in recent times. Now, taking a 10-wicket haul in a test match is a landmark achievement for any bowler. But imagine taking 10 wickets in a single innings. That's exactly what Ajaz Patel did when New Zealand faced India in a test match in 2021. He basically ran through the entire team on his own, conceding only 119 runs in the process. And while India went on to comprehensively beat New Zealand in that test match, this performance from Patel was one to remember. At number 3, we have yet another magnificent bowling performance, this time from Stuart Broad. Now, if you're wondering what's so unique about picking up 8 wickets in a single innings, it's the fact that it took him only 9 overs to do so, and he gave away only 15 runs. If it had just been Broad bowling, he might have bundled the Aussies for 20 runs. One man who can't seem to forget this performance is David Warner. 8 years later, Broad still continues to haunt him in test matches, having picked up his wicket an astounding 17 times to date. While we're on the subject of absolutely ridiculous performances on the pitch, we thought we should mention Chris Gale too. During the 2013 edition of the IPL, the Universe boss not only scored a whirlwind century, he went on to finish the innings with a whopping 175 runs off just 66 balls. To put this innings into context, that's 175 runs off just 11 overs. The destructive innings included 13 fours and an astounding 17 sixes. To date, this remains the highest individual score in a T20 game, and we're not surprised Chris Gale was the man to do it. And up at number 1, we have one of the most nerve-wracking finishes to a T20 game. Picture this. It's the final of the 2022 Vitality Blast. Lancashire needs 5 off the last ball, but Nathan Ellis delivers to seal the win for Hampshire. The stumps are out of the ground, the fireworks are going off, and just as the team is celebrating, the umpire calls a no ball. The scenes! James Vince must have been kicking himself. But all is well that ends well, and Ellis kept his cool by ensuring the trophy still ended in Hampshire's hands. Now this is what you call an absolute thriller. And there you have it, folks, our top 15 moments that you'd have to see to believe. Be sure to like and subscribe for more amazing compilations from the gentleman's game.